Good evening, students. I welcome you back on important chemistry session. What we are talking, students, you already know that we are discussing the group 18 elements, which we are saying noble gas elements. And we have already told you that these elements, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, they are not reacting with other elements because their outermost shell is completely filled. So we have shown you and we have told you their electronic configuration also last time, students. But certain compounds have been prepared for xenon. Therefore, we will like to study the compounds of xenon, mainly the fluorides of the xenon, and how it was prepared by Bartlett in 1962. And it is important that xenon forms fluorides, and one more inert gas element is there, krypton, which also forms KrF2. So others are not forming compounds, and we do not have any information about their compounds. So that is why they were called inert gases at one stage. So we will be discussing the fluorides of xenon, students. Let us see what we are talking with you. We are talking, students, important. What I am discussing with you, student, group 18 elements. And you have seen helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. And we say that what we find, students, these elements are not reacting. They are not reacting. They are inert. They are inert. Why? Because what are the reasons? You can see that they are the outermost valence shells. Outermost valence shell electronic configuration, students, is what is the outermost valence shell electronic configuration? And S2 and P6. Therefore, the outermost shell is completely filled. They have no tendency to gain or lose electrons. Have no tendency to gain or lose electrons. Therefore, they behave like inert gas elements. They are not reacting. We do not have the information about compounds of helium, neon, argon, and only xenon fluorides and oxides or oxyfluorides of xenon are known. For krypton, we only know one compound, KrF2. The reasons we are giving, second important reason why these elements are acting as inert. What is the reason? They have high ionization enthalpy. Their ionization enthalpy is high, student. This question has been asked in the paper, that why the inert gas element, the noble gas element, not the inert because xenon form compounds. Why the noble gas elements do not form compounds? What is the reason that they were first called inert gas elements? Ionization enthalpy is high. That means to lose an electron, lot of energy is required, which we don't have. So ionization enthalpy. Third important point is if I try to add electrons, their electron gain enthalpies are positive. You have seen, student, electron gain enthalpies are positive. They have positive electron gain enthalpies. So these are some of the reasons, students, that these elements, they are not reacting. But important point is that, as I said, the fluorides of xenon are known. So let us see how they were prepared, and there is something important about this fluorides of xenon. You can note down this so that we can proceed further, students. Let us see what we are talking about. That there is a very important discovery after which started the search for the compounds of the noble gas elements. Bartlett was performing some experiments. PTF6 is a strong oxidizing agent, student, is a strong oxidizing agent. And what he mixed when he reacted oxygen with platinum hexafluoride, and he was able to get a red colored compound. He got a red colored compound, student. So a red colored compound was formed when oxygen was reacted with platinum hexafluoride solid. So this was a red colored compound. When he heated oxygen with platinum hexafluoride is an oxidizing agent. That means it can remove an electron. And what he found that the ionization enthalpy of O2. He studied the value of the ionization enthalpy of the O2 was found to be 1175 kilojoule per mole. But it means that O2 gas plus and one electron. So if you remove one electron from oxygen, students, 1175 kilojoule per mole of energy is required. This is the value of the ionization enthalpy of O2 molecule, not oxygen atom. This is not oxygen atom, students. This is a molecule. There are two oxygens in it. It is the ionization enthalpy of oxygen molecule, student, not the oxygen. And he was also studying xenon, and he said that the ionization enthalpy of xenon is this ionization enthalpy of xenon is plus 1170 kilojoule per mole, students. Is an important question for the paper. So therefore, he thought that if oxygen is forming a compound with PTF6, xenon should also form a compound with platinum hexafluoride. Because the ionization enthalpy of oxygen molecule and the ionization enthalpy of xenon both are almost same, are equal. Since their ionization enthalpies are equal, I am saying ionization enthalpy of xenon is almost equal to ionization enthalpy of O2. Therefore, we can say that platinum hexafluoride is an oxidizing agent. If it can oxidize oxygen molecule to O2 plus, it can also oxidize xenon to xenon plus, and that is what he did. He performed an experiment in which he mixed xenon with platinum hexafluoride, and he found the reaction took place and a compound was formed. You have noted this is an important question. This question has been asked many times, that how the compounds of xenon were prepared and why Bartlett was able to prepare a compound of the xenon with platinum hexafluoride. Because first thing was he prepared a compound with O2. Now what happened? What happened then? What he did? Since the ionization enthalpies are same, so what he did, students, he took xenon, reacted with platinum hexafluoride, and on heating, student, what he got? He got a compound xenon plus PTF6 minus. So he obtained a red colored compound. Red colored compound was obtained, which was a solid red colored compound, student. Solid. So similar to the oxygen, he was able to prepare a compound, student. In the NCERT book, they have given this formula of the compound. But actually, further research has found the formula of the compound is not this. This compound further reacts with platinum hexafluoride, students, and the compound formed is not this one, but XeF what we get is a compound XeF plus and P2F11 minus. Actually, this reaction further takes place on heating. This is not the end point actually, as is given in the NCERT book, students. Further information is now available, which shows that the actual formula of the compound which was prepared is this one. This reaction further takes place. This is the actual formula of the compound, students, which is the red colored compound which was given by the Bartlett. This was the discovery by the Bartlett. Important question. Who is the scientist who made the first compound of the xenon? After the first compound of xenon has been made, student, it became clear that more compounds of xenon can be prepared, and the work started. And you know that the compounds of xenon will be possible only with highly electronegative elements. Highly electronegative elements, students. Which are those? Fluorine and oxygen. Fluorine and oxygen. These compounds are very important. A question is always given in the examination on the fluorides and oxides of the xenon. Fluorides and xenon, they are is an important question for the paper, students. So the fluorides of xenon were then prepared. What was done? They started reacting xenon with fluorine. Fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent. You know that F is the strongest oxidizing agent, students. F is the strongest oxidizing agent. You know about it. Fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent, students. Then what will happen? So the fluorides of the xenon have been prepared. What have been prepared? Fluorides of the xenon. This is the first important point here which I wanted to tell you, that the discovery of the compound of xenon was done by Bartlett. So today we know the fluorides, oxides and oxyfluorides of xenon have been prepared. Of the xenon have been prepared, students. So let us see first the fluorides of xenon, students. The fluorides which are known to us are XeF2, XeF4, XeF6. Xenon difluoride is known, xenon tetrafluoride is known, and xenon hexafluoride are well known, students. These are the important fluorides of the xenon which are known to us, students. How will we prepare? Preparation of fluorides of xenon. If I react xenon with fluorine, students, you will get XeF2. You have to use excess of xenon. And this you can see the ratio 1:2. 1:2 ratio, excess of xenon is used, student. And we have to see that heating is done at a temperature of 673 Kelvin. This is our gas, this is our solid, and you are getting. Therefore, if I mix xenon and fluorine in 1:2 ratio, temperature 673 Kelvin, fluorine in excess, you are getting xenon difluoride. Second, if I react xenon, student, with fluorine gas, and the ratio is 1:20. Ratio is 1:20. 20 times of ratio is 1:5. 5 volumes of you are taking fluorine, 5 times fluorine, 1:5 ratio, and the temperature is 873 Kelvin. and pressure is around, pressure you have to see that around 7 bar pressure. Then what you get, XeF4. So when you increase the ratio of the fluorine, here xenon was in excess. Here fluorine is in excess, 1:5 ratio. Third, I will say if I take xenon students and I react with fluorine gas, ratio is 1:20 students, and then you will get XeF6 solid. So you can increase the amount of the fluorine student and you will start getting the different higher oxides, 60 to 70 bar. So you can see that the three fluorides of xenon have been prepared and oxides of the xenon has also been prepared, XeF2, XeF4 and XeF6. These are the three fluorides of the xenon. You can note down, students. Question sometimes has been asked in the preparation of the fluorides of the xenon. Important question, important question. These fluorides, the fluorides of xenon are strong oxidizing agents. They are strong oxidizing agents, students. So they will react, and they will oxidize students. If I react XeF2 with hydrogen, what will happen, student? This is, if I take this is positive and this is negative, F minus will form HF and you will get xenon. Similarly, if I take XeF4 and hydrogen, you will get 4HF and xenon. So you will have 2H2. If I react Fe6 with 6 with the hydrogen, so what you will get, 6HF and xenon. So they can act as an oxidizing agent. They can act as an oxidizing agent, students. And if I react with HCl, what will happen? HCF2 plus HCl. So here you will be able to get HF, HF2 है. So 2HF, hydrogen goes with fluorine, you will get xenon and you will get Cl. So Cl minus, this is -1, this is going to 0 oxidation state, oxidized. Cl minus is oxidized to Cl minus is oxidized to Cl to 0, 0 oxidation state. It is shifted to 0. This is +2 gone to 0. Reduced, xenon reduced. So they can act as an oxidizing agent. Student X, they can act as an oxidizing agents. So if I react Xe XeF4 with platinum, student, what will happen? Xe plus PtF4. PtF4. So what is happening, student? They can also act as fluorinating agents. They can also act as fluorinating agents. Fluorinating agents, students. Fluorinating agents. They can do the fluorination. What they can do? Fluorination, students. Fluorinating agents. So here platinum is fluorinated to platinum and hexafluoride. And if I take HCF4 and react with SF4, student, SF4, then what will happen? You get Xe and to SF6. So fluorination takes place. What you get, student? This is SF4 is fluorinated to SF6. So fluorination is done with them, student. Important reaction. Important reaction. Note down some of the reactions of the fluorides of xenon. Some of the reactions of the fluorides of xenon, students, which are important, can be asked in the paper. I am discussing only those reactions. Those reactions. The most important question for exam student is reactions of xenon fluorides HCF6 with water. They are all hydrolyzed by water. They are hydrolyzed by water is very, very important reaction for the exam student. Hydrolysis with water, I am saying hydrolysis with water. Important, very important question for the paper. If I consider the reaction of XCF2 with water, students, now what products will be there? XEF2 will react with water, student, and the result of this is something very, very important reaction. You are getting xenon, you are getting HF, and you are getting oxygen gas. Oxygen gas. See the important points here. Very, very important reaction, student, taking place. So what is happening? Xenon is in +2 oxidation state. Here it is going to 0, and here you have H and F. H and F. How do you make the products for you? Water is being oxidized. Water is being oxidized to oxygen, student, and try to balance this reaction. Try to balance this reaction. How will you balance? How many will be there? You have, if I take 2H2O, then how much is this? This will become 4HF, and then O2, okay, and then you have 4HF, means this should be 2 and 2. So this is the first equation, student. Reaction of xenon difluoride with water. See the products. How will you remember this reaction? Very important for the exam. This gives xenon, then fluorine and HF, and then O2. Important reaction for the paper. Important reaction for the paper, student. Now, if I say XEF6 reacts with H2O. Interesting thing in this case is XEF6 reacts with water, students. This is, you will get XeO3 and HF. How much HF? There are 6 of this. So there has to be 6 HF, student, and XeO3. So what is a 6 HF means? This will be 3 H2O. So 3 into 2, 6 xenon and 3 oxygen, XeO3. Important point, how do I remember this reaction? Reaction 1, reaction 2. This here, xenon is in +6 oxidation state, highest oxidation state, and oxide you are getting is also in highest oxidation state. This is also +6. Xenon +6, here also it is +6. And what is done remaining? Fluorine and hydrogen will form HF. Then we have to learn this reaction. Very, very important question. Very, very important question for the paper. And third, if I have to react HCF4 with water, students. Important thing I want to tell you, how do I remember this reaction? What will be the products? Question has been asked to write the products. HCF4 reacts with water, write the products. HCF6 reacts with water, write the product. Here I said it is +6 oxidation state. Oxide is also in +6 oxidation, then HF. Here it is a HCF2 lower oxidation state, so it goes to Xc, and oxygen gas is produced and hydrogen provides. In this case, students, the products will be this plus this products. In this case, what will I will get xenon. You will also get HCO3, HF, you will get HF, and you will also get oxygen. This is how I remember this reaction. Now I give you 1 minute to balance this reaction. 1 minute to balance this reaction, student. How will you balance this reaction? XeF4. This question has been asked in the paper. This question has been asked in the paper, student. Reaction of chlorides of xenon with water. So how will you balance? Students, try this. This will become 6 and 12. Then how much xenon is there? How much xenon is there? There are two of this. 12 oxygen, students. So what you will get? How much oxygen is there? O2 is there. Then balance this equation, student. Balance. You have to take some time to balance. This will be 4. This will be 2. And how much HF you are getting? How much HF you are getting? देखो 6 into 4, 24. 24 HF. 24 HF. How much oxygen is left? Then find out how much oxygen will be left, student. How much is gone? 12 oxygen. 12 oxygen. How much is gone? 3 to the 6. Then 3 of it. 6 is this 12. Important reactions noted down, students. One question can be asked on this. Very important reactions, I am telling you. Very, very important reactions, students. These three reactions are very important. Any question can be asked in the paper. They have been asked many times. We have to learn how to do the hydrolysis of the xenon fluorides. Very, very important reaction. Note it down, student. Note it down. Very, very important reaction for the paper, student. There is also partial hydrolysis. When less water will be used, student, then you will get oxyfluoride. Partial hydrolysis. If I use less amount of water, XeF6, if I react with water, student, then there can be partial hydrolysis. It can give XeOF4. So XeOF4, and what will be the left out, student? That will be our HF. 2HF. Partial hydrolysis also takes place. Partial hydrolysis will give oxyfluoride. And if I react Fe6 with 2H2O, it forms oxyfluoride XeO2F4. Then how much is left? HF4F gone to HF. So you can also get partial hydrolysis. How much? 2 into 2, 4, 4HF. Partial hydrolysis also possible. Important reactions for the paper. Most important reactions for the paper, students. And further important reactions, they can react with HCF2, can react with PF5. So this is in need of fluoride ion. This is in need of fluoride ion. What will happen? You can get HCF plus PF6 minus. So those which can get fluoride ion, which can take fluoride ions, this can accept F minus ion. So those which can accept F minus ion, such cation can be formed. Cations can be formed. PF5 can accept F minus, so there's going to be formation of this cation. Similarly, if I have XeF4 with antimony pentafluoride, then again, students, again you can get XeF3 cation, and anion formation will take place as PF6 minus. FCF6 minus. In general, if I have XeF6 and some metal fluoride student, then you can get X, you can get M plus. M metal will give metal will give M plus and F minus. So M plus will be there, and but you will get something like XeF7. So cationic and anionic type of compounds can be formed, student. So with the fluoride ions, and so cationic species and fluoride ions can be formed. Fluoroanions. These are called fluoroanions. Cationic fluoroanions are formed. These are cations, and fluoroanions. So you are getting cations and fluoroanions. Fluoroanions. Students, fluoroanions. So these are the reactions of the fluorides of xenon, students. Xenon difluoride, xenon tetrafluoride, xenon hexafluoride. Very, very important questions will be coming, and always they are asked from this. Hydrolysis, partial hydrolysis, very important reaction, students. And you are aware of the uses of this. You know that helium is a basically non-inflammable light gas. Uses, some of the uses are important, some of the uses are important, sometimes asked in the paper. That's why I am trying to read it for you. The uses, you know, helium non-inflammable, it is non-inflammable and light gas, lighter. Therefore metallurgical balloons which are launched, in that what we use, helium is used, helium gas is used, and helium gas has a liquid helium as a lowest boiling point. Liquid helium 4.2 K. Boiling point is very, very low, as you can say 4.2 K liquid helium. So it is used as a cryogenic agent. Cryogenic agent. Cryogenic agent, important point, student. If you want to study reactions at very, very low temperature, then you can use liquid helium. The boiling point of liquid is lowest. This boiling point of liquid is very, very low. Very lowest boiling point. Lowest. So if certain reactions are to be done at very, very low temperature, liquid helium can be used, students. Liquid helium can be used. Also use superconducting magnetic NMR and spectrometer, students. And you are aware of helium is used as a diluent in the oxygen gas in the tanks. When divers go deep inside the sea, you know that the oxygen tanks are diluted with helium. Diluent of the oxygen tanks. These are used by the divers which go deep inside the sea. Because the solubility of helium is less in the blood. Solubility of helium is less in the blood, students. Its solubility in the blood is low. Helium solubility in blood is low. Blood is low. And you have seen the advertisement boards where you get beautiful color, student. They are used in discharge tube for advertisement displays. Discharge tubes, fluorescent tubes, and in advertisement lights. On all this, what you have the noble gases, helium, neon, argon, all these other gases. They give very beautiful colors in the advertisements which you see during the festival seasons, or other advertisement boards which you see, students. So neon bulbs are also used in botanical gardens. Discharge tubes you have seen, display boards you have seen, advertisement display boards, discharge tube, fluorescent tubes. They give beautiful colors. They give beautiful colors, students, and they are being used. They are being used. All right. So we are ending up this topic here, and we will continue more in the next topic, students. Okay. Bye bye and good night. Today, less students are present because there is some festival. Okay, we have already done the most important part of the group 18 elements, the compounds. Only krypton forms only one more compound is one KRF2 for krypton. And we don't have other compounds, oxyfluorides of xenon and fluorides of xenon. They have been able to prepare, which are given in the book, students, and we will further study their structure, which is also a very, very important question for the exam. Okay, good night, and we will meet you in the next class.